Another personality trait that teachers mentioned was that effective teachers need to have perseverance. So they need to be able to and willing to suffer through that first awful year or first couple awful years, because a lot of times teachers feel unprepared and unsuccessful in those first couple years just because a lot of teacher preparation programs don't prepare you um, enough for those specific type of schools and to meet all the different types of needs. So the participants described their first year as, they might have been too strict or too lax or just wanted to be friends. And so kind of having that perseverance to get through those first couple years and, get through all that learning curve is something that is important for teachers to have. Oh, they also mentioned that asking for help, having that humility to ask for help is something that's really important as well. And then the last thing that they mentioned is being able to overcome culture shock. So as most of you know, most of the teachers that are in the field of education do not reflect the backgrounds of their students. So a lot of teachers come from different backgrounds. So being able to come into schools and work with students that have different backgrounds than you, and being able to embrace the new culture and adapt and recognize that their culture might be different than you, but yours is not superior. So without that, you cannot be a successful urban educator. The other thing they found when retaining successful teachers is that something that makes teachers want to leave is the outside forces of school. So programs and initiatives coming from local, state, or national levels that don't always prioritize the needs of urban schools. And the teachers participants also mentioned that administration support and empathy play a big role in whether they want to stay or leave a school. So admin being able to mitigate some of those things through teachers, it was mentioned as a big thing. So a lot of them mentioned, I love the kids, I love the parents that I work with, but the administrators, the initiatives that they're doing, I just can't take anymore. It kind of gets to a boiling point, which brings me to that next part that is hard for retaining teachers is that burnout that occurs when effective and committed teachers end up taking on the roles of a lot of other ineffective and lackadaisical teachers or other professionals. One teacher mentioned in the study, effective teachers usually end up doing a lot of the work and other people end up doing nothing. So that becomes a real point of frustration with all the different responsibilities that teachers have. The study developed this model for retaining and recruiting and retaining successful teachers in these high-risk schools. And like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to go into details, but I employ you to read the article and read more in depth. But it just basically is that empowering teachers and supporting teachers leads to a successful urban teacher. And then as a result, it will result in a high quality, highly retained teacher core. So a core group of high quality, highly retained teachers. So my critique is that for this study, it would be beneficial to have a larger and more diverse sample. So out of the 9 teachers, only one of them was a teacher of color. Out of the 9 teachers, only 2 of them were male. So even though this sample might reflect what the teaching population looks like right now, I think it would be beneficial to have more diverse voices in that. And then I wish they would have talked more in depth about how they measured teacher success, because success criteria for teachers is so hard to